The estate of a local cheerleader who was killed now suing the university she attended and the man who's accused of killing her. We have details this noon.
Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
San Antonio police searching for an unusual slashing suspect, a senior citizen who they say used a knife to settle an argument.
This all happened on the city's west side late last night. As Katrina Weber tells us, the victim was attacked outside his own home.
Markers that often signal bullets at a scene instead map out a trail of blood, the result of a knife attack here in the 100 block of Tao Street. San Antonio police say the victim was a 45-year-old man who lives here. They say he had words with a man and woman who showed up around 11 last night, but for one of them, words weren't enough. Police say one of the visitors, a man believed to be as old as 80, pulled out a knife and swung it, slashing the younger man on his arm. The victim was taken to a hospital but is expected to be okay. The suspect took off with the woman in a car. It's still unclear what that argument was about, but police believe when the senior suspect used a knife to settle it, he crossed the line into criminal behavior. This morning, some of the crime scene tape and bloodstains remain. The senior slashing suspect, though, is still on the run. Although officers searched the area for him, they never did find him. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
The estate of a murdered Trinity University cheerleader, Kaylee Mandotti, has filed a civil lawsuit against the university, as well as the man accused of her murder. You may remember the case back in 2019. The jury was not able to make a decision on a verdict for Mark Howerton, so it was declared a mistrial. Now, a civil lawsuit has been filed by Mandotti's mom and her estate, claiming Trinity University failed to protect her. The lawsuit claims the school failed to intervene and respond to multiple reports of stalking, abuse, intimidation, and domestic violence, which resulted in Mandotti's death. Howerton is still facing murder, kidnapping, and sexual assault charges in this case. That retrial, according to court records, is expected to begin in August. We'll have more on the lawsuit later this afternoon.
Arson investigators searching for a man who they say set a vehicle on fire on the city's west side. So take a look. This is the person of interest investigators want to speak with. The fire department thinks he was in the 1400 block of Culebra Road. That's near North Zarzamora Street. Investigators say the suspect used a Molotov cocktail to start the fire right outside of an automotive shop. So far, arson investigators believe the shop owner was the target of this crime. If you have any information that can help authorities, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number, 210-224-STOP.
Looking outside with live cam, we are hoping for a few more showers to sprinkle our way. Sarah, any activity on the radar?
Absolutely, Ursula. There's activity moving into San Antonio right now. Just some pretty isolated showers at the moment. But what we can do is we can zoom in and you can see that near San Antonio, right inside Loop 410 on the southeast side of town, this shower is moving into downtown area. A wider view here, a couple of showers over parts of near Elmendorf and Braunegg Lake, and then near Pleasanton right now, a good shower there as well. I'll put this in play and you can see that we're going to continue to deal with these scattered showers and storms through the afternoon hours with additional chances for rain over the next about 36 hours or so. So coming up in the forecast, we'll talk about what you can expect for the rest of the day. We'll talk about how much rain these areas have seen, and I'll point you to the 4th of July weekend in just a few minutes. Max and Ursula.
Thank you, Sarah. Former President Donald Trump will be joining Governor Greg Abbott for a tour of the border tomorrow. The governor previously announced that Texas would be taking matters into their own hands, building its own border wall to stem the flow of migrants from Mexico. He says the wall will be at least partially crowdfunded, and the state will ask for donations from across the country.
The Homeland Security Secretary will be in San Antonio today. This trip all part of the Biden administration's effort to encourage more and more people to get their vaccine. Now, while he's here, Alejandro Mayorkas will visit vaccination sites, and he's also going to be visiting Homeland Security employees. Mayorkas earlier today actually stopped in New Orleans to do the same thing, encourage people to get their vaccine.
Meanwhile, First Lady and the Second Gentleman will be in Dallas and Houston today. They're also on a mission to spread vaccine awareness and get more folks vaccinated. The pair will be visiting vaccination sites and are set to arrive later this afternoon.
Well, a promising new study says the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines could potentially provide protection from COVID for years to come.
That would be great news. ABC's Alex Brachet reports the vaccines may trigger an immune system response.
Today, a potential major development in the fight against COVID. A new study finds the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines could offer protections that last years, even without a booster shot. And scientists are calling it promising, but say more research is needed.
The best case scenario, this probably will last for the life of the person who successfully got immunization with the 2 doses of the vaccine.
The study, published in the journal Nature, shows that mRNA vaccines like Pfizer and Moderna produce high levels of neutralizing antibodies and those important B cells, another crucial part of the immune system. Researchers found nearly 4 months later, there was still a strong immune response, essentially training the body long-term to fight off infection. It's possible older adults and people with weak immune systems may still need boosters. The Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine was not considered in the study. But the wild card here is the ever-changing virus. Growing concerns about the highly contagious Delta variant now confirmed in 49 states. Hospital admissions are climbing in at least 5 states with lower vaccination rates.
What you have is that people started feeling comfortable. People saw the cases, the hospitalizations down, and so the urgency of getting the vaccine slowed down. We've got to make sure that we do everything we can to get the word out.
In Missouri, the Delta variant is responsible for nearly 30% of the state's new cases. Hospitalizations there are up 42% in the last month. And in California's LA County, the largest county in the country, officials are recommending all residents wear masks indoors to protect against the Delta variant. Ahead of the July 4th holiday, a new poll shows that 4 in 10 Americans still think attending an Independence Day celebration poses a large to moderate risk to their health and well-being. Alex Brachet, ABC News, Washington.
And back here at home, Senator John Cornyn in town, just finishing up a roundtable on his Save the Stages Act. Our John Paul Barajas was there and joins us live with the latest. John Paul.
And we were at that roundtable hosted here at Jazz, Texas, and the venue owners we heard from are already a lot more optimistic today now that funds from the Shuttered Venues grant program are already rolling in. Now, according to Senator John Cornyn, just over 100 Texas venues have already received help from the program. $91 million has gone to those venues, and $16 billion in total was made available. The senator says this was crucial because these business owners were the first to close and some of the last to open.
And we realized that what we had done for small businesses, the Paycheck Protection Program in particular, which was very popular, that we had not covered many segments of the economy like our venues, like our music venues, Save Our Stages.
The senator adds the program is supposed to run until the end of the year, and the application process is still open. But if more help is needed, he would like to extend that deadline. And coming up later this afternoon, we'll hear from some of those venue owners that we heard from inside and who are already getting help. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thanks, John Paul. Relief now coming soon for residents in a Northwest Side neighborhood who are looking for a safer way to get around. The city of San Antonio held a groundbreaking ceremony this morning for a new shared use path on Broad Road. Crews are going to be installing a new shared use path for cyclists and pedestrians, separating them from vehicle traffic with a new median. It's going to run from Bandera Road to Tezel Road. District 7 Councilwoman Anna Sandoval says neighbors have been asking for this path for a long time.
We have a long way to go when it comes to safety for pedestrians and cyclists here in San Antonio. So the $1.5 million that we're investing in this is an investment in safety for pedestrians and cyclists.
The cost of the project, about $1.5 million. It should be completed by March of 2022. This weekend, Military City, USA is going to be celebrating out on the water with the Armed Forces Parade. We're going to take a look at what the organizers have planned for the event after the break.
Welcome back. The Riverwalk is calm and quiet now, but this weekend we are set for a big river parade.
Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, the Armed Forces River Parade will be taking place. It is a free patriotic parade dedicated to the men and women who are serving in all of the branches of the armed forces.
Preparations are now underway. Take a look.
I am ecstatic about this weekend. Can't wait for it.
Master at Arms Second Class Gabriella Seeley is ready for this weekend's Armed Forces Parade, a celebration months and months in the works.
It takes about a year for us to plan it. We have to get decorations, props, people to get on the floats, the military. It's very well loved by the city because we love our military, and we're Military City, USA.
The theme for the 2021 Armed Forces River Parade is United We Stand.
We celebrate all the armed forces. It'll be at 11 a.m. on Saturday the 3rd. Come down, sit in Arneson, find a place, find a patio, get a drink, and enjoy the parade.
18 floats filled with patriotism, 18 floats to help celebrate our men and women in the military, 18 floats of red, white, and blue.
It is a celebration of the military and the 4th of July the entire weekend with our parade, our flags, our artisan show. The Riverwalk is the place to be.
As for Gabriella, she says thank you to San Antonio, Military City, USA for all of the support.
I am just most excited about being in front of like all of San Antonio and just, sharing that loving, warm, welcoming hellos and goodbyes with those people in San Antonio.
That's going to be nice. Yeah. Will the weather hold up for it, though, Max?
I hope so. I mean, there's so many months of preparation. So, Sarah Spivey on the hot seat here. Yeah. How are we going to look?
For 4th of July weekend, we are going to have some areas of showers around, a lot like today and the last couple of days. But you know what? At least when the sun sets, we should be able to see the rain come to an end. But I'll talk more about that in the forecast coming up. For now, though, the aquifer is down 0.3 of a foot over the last 24 hours. And we're actually seeing molds down a little bit from yesterday. Molds are moderate at 650. Pigweed is present, but in low amounts. More on that 4th of July weekend forecast after the break.
Never miss a story. Watch live or when you want. San Antonio's latest news and weather, streaming free on KSAT TV.
Welcome back and happy Tuesday. We were talking about the Armed Forces Parade going on this weekend. We were out and about this morning, and I checked in with Justin before we went. He's like, you should be good. But we saw little showers here and there.
But these showers are just fun. I think.
They really are. I'm glad you brought that up because, there's no severe weather with these. And even sometimes there's hardly any lightning. They're just good downpours in spots around the city. Now, we did have quite a bit of rain across the Medina and Bandera County line yesterday. And we're starting to see some of these fun showers moving into San Antonio area. So let's go ahead and take a look. In fact, right now over downtown San Antonio, one shower near Highland Park, Breckenridge High School area, and near the Southtown area, near Mission San Jose, seeing a few light rain showers as well. Also near Mitchell Lake and the Buena Vista area. So just a few of these spotty showers right now around San Antonio and in Atascosa County and the Wilson County line. We're also seeing that near Petite, Pleasanton, and that Wilson and Atascosa line. Meanwhile, I do want to go ahead and move further up to the north and to the east, because into Guadalupe County from Gonzales County, we're seeing some showers, and these are headed pretty much right toward the Seguin area. So Seguin, it should start to rain there within the next, I would say, 30 minutes or so. And as I mentioned, there's no lightning with these. It's just some heavy downpours at times. But as we head into the afternoon and we get into that peak heating of the day, we very much could see quite a few lightning strikes in the area. Not a ton of rainfall for everybody, but where it does rain, it could rain about a quick inch of rainfall. In fact, something I want to do here is I want to take a look at the 24-hour rainfall totals so that you can see just how spotty this rain has been. Now, in some areas, we've been seeing very little rain. Even at the airport in San Antonio, the last couple of days, we've only reported a few hundredths of an inch of rainfall. But look out toward the Medina and Bandera County line. We'll go ahead and sample some of these numbers here. We've seen in some places a quick 2 to 3 inches of rain from these afternoon storms. And as we head throughout the rest of the day, And in the afternoon hours, we're going to see more scattered activity with some healthy downpours. So for the rest of the day today, 40% chance for scattered showers and storms at 2 and at 5. Our high temperatures should only be limited in the upper 80s because, as we saw yesterday, even if it doesn't rain a lot where you are, we'll get that rain-cooled air moving in. East-southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. After sunset, we still could see a few isolated showers lingering. Right now outside, it's 84 degrees, mostly cloudy. If we get one of those showers, that'll cool us down a little bit in the afternoon. It only feels like 90 degrees, so it's not even as humid as it has been over the last couple of days, but it's still pretty muggy out there. On the satellite and radar, good mixture of sun and clouds, and temperatures are a little bit cooler than seasonally average because of the clouds. Only 87 in Cotulla, 83 in Hondo, 85 in New Braunfels, and 76 still in Kerrville. All right, we're looking at the water vapor imagery because in it, can you see that counterclockwise spin over Mexico? That's the source of our energy for the rain that we're seeing. It's pulling this Gulf of Mexico moisture in, and it's allowing for us to see these daytime scattered showers and storms. But throughout the remainder of the afternoon, we'll see that increase a little bit. And then with the loss of daytime heating, less chance for rainfall. Tomorrow morning, starting at 74 degrees, a couple of showers like this morning are possible. And then in the afternoon, a few more isolated showers and storms, a little bit less coverage than what we will see this afternoon, a high temperature close to 90 degrees. And then with the loss of daytime heating, we'll see rain chances turn off as well. Then Thursday and Friday, a ridge of high pressure is going to settle over ahead. That's going to allow for our rain to really turn off quite a bit, only a 20% chance on Thursday and Friday. And it'll be a little bit more toasty with highs well into the 90s on Thursday and Friday. But before the 4th of July weekend on Saturday, there's going to be a front that'll stall across parts of North Texas. It won't move through San Antonio, but it is going to fire off a few showers and storms for 4th of July weekend. So preview for you, a lot like the last couple of days this upcoming weekend. Severe weather is unlikely, and we'll see a few showers and storms blossom in the afternoon, both Saturday and Sunday. And then as we see the sun set, our rain chances are going to go down. So I think on Sunday, 4th of July, for any firework displays, we should be all right for the most part around San Antonio. Of course, we'll keep you informed. Looking ahead again, 40% today, 30% isolated tomorrow, even more isolated Thursday and Friday with some scattered showers and storms for the 4th of July weekend.
Thanks, Sarah.
All right, with possibility of rain, good day to stay inside, watch some basketball. One guy's going to be watching and not playing, a familiar face, Kawhi Leonard. We're going to give you an update on his injury, plus another injury in the Eastern Conference. We are talking Trae Young and what comes next tonight. We're going to explain next. Well, welcome back. A name and a face familiar to San Antonio, now raising some questions with his newest team. Kawhi Leonard not in Phoenix, even though the Clippers are there, facing elimination from here on out in the Western Conference Finals. They were down 3-1 in the best-of-7 series. Kawhi Leonard staying behind in L.A., taking care of his right knee that kept him out of action since Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinals. Over the weekend, at least one report came out claiming that Kawhi was upset with the Clippers medical staff, believing they had misdiagnosed an earlier injury that made this one even more serious. I feel like we've heard that one before. But in this case, he has remained engaged with his teammates, texting or showing up to games, except for that one. Speaking of which, time to roll the highlights. Phoenix Suns with a chance to close out the series at home, but the Clippers starting out strong. Season on the line. Terrence Mann muscling his way in for two. LA jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Don't worry, though. Suns got back in it. Cam Johnson knocking down to 3. Phoenix pulled back within 6. Clippers striking late in the quarter. Reggie Jackson scoring off the glass. 0.4 left in the first. LA would lead 50-44 here. I'll tell you what, though. The man, the myth, the legend, Paul George really coming up to play. Devin Booker did what he could with the 3-ball, cutting the lead down, but Marcus Morris 20 in the first half. LA would lead at halftime 59-52, but Paul George would finish with 41, and the Clippers staying alive 112-102. All right, time to head to the East Coast. What is up for tonight? The Atlanta Hawks, maybe without their superstar all-star Trae Young, rolled his ankle stepping on the foot of the referee in the third quarter of Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. He would leave the game. He would return, though, shooting 1 of 4 in the Hawks' 113-102 loss at home. In the meantime, Bucks and Texas A&M star Chris Middleton went off scoring a lot, 20 points in the fourth quarter, outscoring the Hawks single-handedly in the fourth, wound up with 38 points, pushing the Milwaukee Bucks out to a 2-1 lead in this best-of-7 series.
I think where our team was so unselfish, if anybody has it going, that ball goes to them. Some games it's me, some games it's Giannis, some games it's Drew. We all have a great feel about who has it going, who has the best matchup, and who can create the best look. So when it's my turn or my time to have it, I'm thinking the same way to try to get the best shot up for everybody.
So there you go.
All right.
NBA playoffs still alive, still going on, still waiting to see who's going to be in the finals.
Or Kawhi. Breaks your heart.
Sure.
As a lot of people prepare to hit the road this weekend, worker shortages from coast to coast are threatening to detour 4th of July travel plans. What's behind the shortages? Coming up in our next half hour.
And before the pandemic, some STD rates were going up. Where that number stands today, according to the latest report from the CDC.
New today at 5, if you find yourself tossing and turning at night, comfort might just be a pillow away. Today at 5, find out how an adjustable pillow might be the best for your next night's sleep. We want to give you the latest on that deadly building collapse in South Florida. Authorities have now pulled 2 more victims from the rubble of the condo building. That brings the death toll to 11, but there's still 150 people remaining unaccounted for.
That's right. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden traveling to Surfside, Florida, set for Thursday, visiting with families of the victims. ABC's Faith Abube near the scene with the latest on that search and rescue operation.
Rescue workers feverishly combing through the rubble as operations now enter a 6th day. Officials still holding out hope.
Our top priority continues to be search and rescue and saving any lives that we can.
The death toll climbing, more victims identified, many of them remembered during these vigils overnight. Loved ones praying for a miracle.
There's hope. I really believe miracles do happen.
Meanwhile, stories of survival emerging. Steve Rosenthal asleep in his apartment on the 7th floor when the building partially collapsed. His neighbor's shrill cries for help on replay in his mind.
People were yelling, help me, get me out.
The pile of rubble potentially holding a wealth of evidence for investigators. And overnight, the Wall Street Journal publishing a letter it says was sent by the condo board president to residents in April, warning that significant repairs were needed and that the building had deteriorated since that 2018 report. Structural engineer Alan Kilsheimer, who worked on the Pentagon's recovery after 9/11, now hired to inspect this site and the sister buildings nearby.
There was nothing that I saw that showed me there was an imminent danger of collapse of either one of those buildings.
The president just speaking before boarding Marine One, saying he and First Lady will travel to Surfside on Thursday. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Miami Beach, Florida.
Meanwhile, though, the president continuing his efforts to raise support for his $973 billion infrastructure package. He's in Wisconsin trying to sell voters on the economic benefits of this legislation. The president says the package will lead to millions of new jobs. The White House saying the total package is 4 times the size of the infrastructure investment made a dozen years ago in response to the Great Recession, and the biggest since Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal back in the 1930s.
A new House committee set to investigate the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol plans to have 13 members and plans to have the power to subpoena witnesses. All of this according to legislation released by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The House expected to vote on this bill this week. The new committee comes as Senate Republicans blocked the formation of an independent bipartisan commission to investigate the attack. Now, the partisan House committee would have 8 members appointed by Pelosi and 5 appointed with the help of Republican leader Kevin McCarthy.
An Indian pharmaceutical firm can now import Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine. It was approved for restricted emergency use in India. The health ministry did not say how many doses the country will be getting or when the vaccine will arrive there. Right now, 2 companies' vaccines are available in India. Moderna will be the 3rd one. The health ministry says India vaccinated a record 8.6 million people in June, with an average of 5.7 million doses administered every day since June 21st.
And back here at home, taking a live look out at the Alamo City. It seems like it's calm and quiet out there now, but Sarah Spivey has been busy throughout the morning.
Yeah, we have had a few passing good, healthy downpours for us. Again, this is good rain. I wish it could rain everywhere, but that's the nature of our rainfall today. It's going to be scattered in nature. There will be those that have and those that have not. Right now, though, Guadalupe County is an area that's getting some good rain. Seguin area right near I-10. You're about to get some healthy downpours. Now, these are producing a quick half-inch of rain in spots. So keep in mind that we'll be looking at an increase in rainfall throughout the afternoon as we get that peak heating of the day. Look, a wider view here, and we've got a few more peaks of sunshine out near Del Rio, Eagle Pass. These areas are a little bit toastier this afternoon. 87 in Del Rio and 84 in Eagle Pass. 84 here in San Antonio, 85 in New Braunfels, 75 in Gonzales. Can you guess why it's cooler? They just got a good shower in Gonzales. Now, the thing is, we usually see a high temperature in the low to mid 90s now. And with the added cloud cover, we're able to be a little bit cooler. Coming up in the forecast, we'll talk about a few things. Scattered rain continues today and tomorrow, keeping those very hot temperatures at bay. By this time of year, we usually see 100 degrees for the first time. It may not be until the middle of July for us to have an opportunity to see a high temperature near 100. Speaking of July, 4th of July preview for you coming up in the full forecast in just a bit. Ursula, Max.
Thank you, Sarah. A new report by the CDC shows that in the years before the pandemic, rates of certain STDs were rising to all-time highs. ABC Marcy Gonzalez shares where we stand now and what comes next in your health headlines.
The CDC says early data suggests rates of certain STDs may have risen in 2020 despite social distancing during the pandemic. Researchers found rates of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis have all steadily gone up for at least 6 consecutive years, with 2.5 million cases reported in the United States in 2019. The biggest increase was in syphilis among newborns, up more than 200% since 2015. Babies born with syphilis can have higher rates of other illnesses and death, and also experience long-lasting health consequences. The CDC also reporting the results of a study that found state and local STD prevention programs may have been profoundly impacted by COVID-19, with many STD program staff members still deployed to help with the pandemic response. With this Medical Minute, I'm Marcy Gonzalez.
Hallmark wants to change the way greeting cards are sent. Details on the technology that's making it happen.
The sequel to The Boss Baby premiering this week, and a new voice is joining the cast for the next adventure. A look at the new film in the spotlight.
And using Venmo could get more expensive. We're going to explain what fees the mobile payment company is now increasing.
Never miss a story. Watch live or when you want. San Antonio's latest news and weather, streaming free on KSAT TV.
Hello, everyone. This is your daily tech and business briefing from Cheddar News. Disney Cruise Lines postponing their first test cruise. This after a handful of participants had inconsistent test results for COVID-19. The Disney team was set to sail today from Port Canaveral, Florida, with 300 employee volunteers on board for the test cruise. The trip will be postponed until next month as Disney lags behind the cruise industry. Just last Saturday, the Celebrity Edge became the first cruise ship to leave a U.S. port in 15 months. Meanwhile, MGM Resorts International going all in on solar energy. The company unveiling a massive solar farm. This will power up to 90% of the company's 13 Vegas properties. The system will produce an estimated 100 megawatts, roughly enough power for 27,000 homes here in the U.S. And Venmo now increasing their fees on instant transfers starting on August the 2nd. The payment app boosting their fee from 1% to 1.5%. That's a rate on par with other payment apps like Cash App. The maximum fee increases from $10 to $15, while the minimum fee remains at 25 cents. The instant transfer allows users to transfer money from their Venmo accounts to a bank account or debit card within 30 minutes. And that's your Cheddar News Business and Tech Update. I'm Baker Machado coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
There's a new service from Hallmark that's going to let you send your greeting cards from your telephone. The Sign and Send technology allows people to create their own cards complete with handwritten messages. Users choose a Hallmark card and then they upload a photo with a personal message. Hallmark takes the personal message, they put it all together as a physical card, which they will then stamp and mail out to the recipient at no additional charge.
United Airlines taking advantage of this low demand for new airplanes and stocking up. The company says it has ordered 270 new planes, the largest in United's history and the biggest order by any airline in more than a decade. United is adding 200 Boeing 737 MAX jets and 70 Airbus A321 Neo planes. Now, most of the jets will replace some of the smaller regional planes that only carry about 50 passengers each. This move comes as demand for leisure travel nearly back to those pre-pandemic levels. Business travel much more lucrative for airlines, and that is still stagnant.
However, there could be some travel trouble ahead on this 4th of July. Some gas stations running dry because there's a worker shortage. And at airports, airlines canceling dozens of flights each day because of a pilot shortage. David Sears reports they're not the only ones trying to hire workers.
Coast to coast, 4th of July plans may be forced to take a detour because of work shortages. But that won't stop people from taking trips. More than 47 million are expected to travel for the holiday, making it the second busiest 4th of July on record.
The road trip is going to be strong. Roads are going to be heavily trafficked. So where you can get out of town early or leave late, that's probably going to be your best bet to avoid heavy traffic.
One thing you won't avoid, higher gas prices. The national average is now almost 5 cents higher than a month ago and 92 cents higher than this time last year. And a shortage of tank truck drivers is creating supply chain issues. Nearly 25% of tanker trucks are sitting empty nationwide because there aren't enough qualified drivers to drive them. Staffing shortages are hitting airports as well. The TSA is scrambling to hire thousands of workers to keep up with demand, now offering a $1,000 signing bonus. Some airports are asking travelers to arrive 3 hours early because of long security lines.
TSA lines are long. And remember, masks are still required at the airport and on planes when you're traveling.
David Sears, KSAT 12 News.
And some of the areas seeing gas shortages, the Pacific Northwest, Northern California, Colorado, and parts of the Midwest. Like the Pacific area doesn't have enough issues.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, what's interesting is here in San Antonio, we're dealing with cooler than average weather and the chance for rain. It's a bit of an upside down weather pattern because across the Pacific Northwest, they are having a record shattering heat wave. The high temperature yesterday in Portland was 116 degrees, their hottest temperature ever recorded. And to put that in perspective, in San Antonio, our hottest temperature ever recorded is 111. So technically Portland has been hotter than San Antonio. And excessive heat warnings extend all the way up to the Arctic Circle. Impressive hot across the Pacific Northwest. Meanwhile, here in San Antonio, our aquifer only down 0.3 of a foot over the past 24 hours. Still doing well as far as the level goes. And in the pollen count, if you're wheezing in season, molds might be the reason. They are moderate today at 650, but with the chance for rain in the forecast over the next 36 hours or so, we're going to be watching that molds number pretty carefully. Coming up, a look at the radar. It's raining in some places around the Alamo City after the break.
Welcome back and happy Tuesday. 84 degrees out there right now. A lot of people in our area, though, they're dodging raindrops.
Lucky them. I washed my car in the hopes that I would get a little rain.
Oh, Ursula was trying to do the opposite of a jinx, whatever that is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you call that.
Reverse jinx.
Sure.
Okay, there's got to be a word for it somewhere.
But, you know, areas near Seguin are actually hearing some thunder and seeing some lightning right now. These showers and a few storms are pushing slowly to the northwest, so we'll go ahead and put a pause on it and zoom on into Guadalupe County. Right along I-10 here between Kingsbury and Seguin and New Berlin, starting to see some of this heavier rain and even flashes of lightning. As I tilt it to the side here, you see these individual white lines. Those are lightning strikes. And this is going to be moving through the city of Seguin here very shortly with fairly impressive rainfall rates. In fact, we can look at some of these rainfall rates here. to talk about how fast this rain is coming down. Rainfall rate estimated of about 4 inches an hour. That would mean that if this storm were to park itself over southern Guadalupe County, it would dump 4 inches of rain in an hour. Now, it's more likely going to produce a quarter to half an inch of rain for many spots. But hey, if you live in Seguin, get ready for that rain to be coming down here shortly, and send us your rainfall amounts. That would be really helpful for us. Elsewhere across Bexar County, some spotty showers. Near Lavernia, some spotty showers in Wilson County. And on the northwest side of town, just inside Loop 410, just before you get to the medical center here near Balcones Heights, Jefferson High School, Memorial High School, some good light to moderate rain there from an isolated shower there. And across parts of the southwestern section of town, just before you get to 410 along 35, they're seeing some good rain near China Grove and on the south side of Bexar County. So a wider view here. We'll go ahead and put this in play again so that you can see exactly what's happening. Hallettsville getting some good, healthy rain too. These are very spotty in nature, but as we head into the afternoon, those lightning strikes are going to become more possible. No severe weather today, so we're not worried about that, which is some good news. Just some healthy rain in spots. 84 degrees at the airport right now. Mostly cloudy skies, and those puffy cumulus clouds are starting to grow in the vertical, and they'll eventually be producing some spotty rain. Heat index of 89 out there right now, and you can see those puffy cumulus clouds from space looking at the visible satellite imagery. This is the whole reason why we are not as hot as we have been the last couple of weeks, just because of the added cloud cover and the spotty rain. Into the afternoon, we're probably only going to see a high temperature close to about 88, 89 degrees, because once showers start popping up and becoming more scattered, they'll actually send some rain cooled air our way. In Gonzales, it's only 77 degrees because they got a good shower. 78 only in Kerrville, and it's 81 in Carrizo Springs. Carrizo Springs is usually a hotter spot on the map. So for the rest of the afternoon here, likely going to see the upper 80s for the high temperature, scattered showers and storms. And then once the sun sets after 8:30, we'll see that become more isolated in nature, only a 20 to 30% chance. The reason for the rain, the swirl in the atmosphere over Mexico, really pulling in that Gulf of Mexico moisture and allowing for some showers and storms to develop. That originated out in the Gulf of Mexico and has just been pushing off to the east as a tropical, west as a tropical wave. Looking at the high-res futurecast for tomorrow, waking up right at about 74. Like this morning, we could have a couple of quick isolated showers, and then in the afternoon, 30% chance for isolated showers and storms. So coverage will be a little bit less than whatever we see today. And then as we lose the daytime heating tomorrow, 76 around 11 p.m. We're going to see rain chances gradually taper off by Friday, but pick back up again for 4th of July weekend. A lot like the last couple of days for 4th of July weekend itself, we will be looking at scattered showers and storms. Not everybody's going to see rain, so don't cancel your 4th of July plans. Just keep that radar handy. High pressure system is what's going to move ahead over the next couple of days and keep out that rain chance. And then the reason why rain chances spike up again is because there will be a cool front in North Texas, not making it to San Antonio, but allowing for a disturbance in the weather pattern that'll bring us the chance for scattered showers and storms on 4th of July weekend. Those high temperatures, not too bad. Friday will be hot, 95 for the high, but it's usually this time of year that we see our first 100-degree day, and I don't think that's in the cards potentially for the next 2 weeks at least, Ursula and Max, and so we're keeping the extreme heat at bay.
That's a good thing. Thanks, Sarah. An animated comedy gets a sequel this week. A look at the new Boss Baby movie ahead of its premiere. The intelligent infants of Baby Corps are added again as the sequel to the Boss Baby arrives this week.
That's right. CNN's Rick Demigel has a preview.
I'm the boss, but it's lonely at the top. The Templeton brothers team up again in the Boss Baby family business.
You want me to be a baby again? I'm texting him!
There's just a few companies, obviously we know who they are, that are making films at this level. And whenever they invite you to come, this is really like if Spielberg calls you, you go. Because you know that these are guys who know how to put a movie together. Yep. If Scorsese calls you, you go. They know how to. Right. About what? But so when these guys call you in the animation world, it's the same thing.
You can talk?
Yeah. I'm in the family
business.
Amy Sedaris joins the voice cast as the latest family member of Baby Corp.
I mean, I was a big fan of the first one. I've got kids, watched it a million times, and I loved being asked, and I had such a great time.
Thank you. I accept.
Both of you.
Yes.
No. Baby Corp wants to get the team back together, huh?
The first one's about brothers as kids. The second one is like really kind of personal in a way where we now grow into adults. Sometimes we grow up and grow apart. The fun premise of this one is that they have to drink this formula, become kids again, to relive their childhood to make amends for their differences.
Men, am I right?
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
That looks pretty good.
It looks kind of funny, I'll be honest. All right. Moving, very stressful, but SA Live catching up with a local organizer who makes it a lot easier.
And Summer Sips coming at you. Hey, Fiona and Jen, how are y'all?
Moving is stressful. This will help, right? I mean, rosé all day.
Yes, exactly. We have Brian Gonzalez with the board couple here to tell us why this is such a great summer wine. Why is it, Brian? Welcome.
Rosé is good all year round, but especially during the summer because barbecue. And I'll tell you all about
barbecue.
Why.
So it pairs well with barbecue.
Yes,
okay.
it is.
Learn something new every day.
All right, and we are taking burritos to the next level, and Al Maldonado from Cholitos Express is here, and you say you can make a burrito on anything?
You can put burrito on anything. You can put a tennis shoe on a burrito, it will taste good.
Okay, you're about to prove it, right? I don't know, but
put
kids,
some
don't
cheese
worry.
on there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. No elbow. It's truly hard for this segment. Wait till you see what we load these burritos up with.
We're having a great time here. Yes, and if you're moving, this is a busy time, obviously, for moving, buying a new home. We have the do's and don'ts and how to keep it less stressful with some local experts.
And speaking of summertime and all things you get to enjoy, and even, when you're moving, but what was your first summer job? Think about that one and let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter. If you've got a picture, even better.
Ooh, yes.
And we'll see how that shakes down.
Share ours, right?
Yes, when SA Live continues in just a few minutes.